All right, so this video is done kind of talking about following the discussion that Shakka had the other day on Sonetta, which needed to happen. You know, I guess the community has been under fire from a lot of different people. So has the wheel turned, so does it turn on those of us that practice the Kemetic tradition, so to speak, right? So I think the Shakka's analysis, I mean, he was correct in that a lot of people infuse different traditions inside the Kemetic tradition in order to bring it more relevant meaning. And that's particularly done because there is no true living Kemetic master to show us the different transformational techniques that they had, the true transformational techniques that were within Kemetic culture. I mean, we can read it off the walls and we can glean an understanding on what they were talking about and what they were saying. But I mean, are we really going to get initiated into the ways and the traditions of ancient Kemetic spirituality? Not necessarily. But if we do take the position, if we do take the conversation of our ancestors, of our elders, to a logical conclusion, and I'm specifically speaking on Sheikh Anta Diop's discussion on the cultural unity of Black Africa, and then we can even take that a little bit further and discuss the cultural unity of melanated peoples across the planet, then we'll begin to understand that there is similarities in different melanated cultures throughout the world. And then when we read the philosophy of ancient Kemet, and we read the philosophies of West African spirituality, and we read the philosophy of Dravidian India, and we see similarities, then we can say that these similarities exist, and we can understand it as such. Now, to say that the ancient Kemetics didn't practice meditation, that could be a fair assessment. That could be a fair assessment, because you don't really find that on the walls of Kemet, like, per se. You do find, like what Malana Karinga was talking about, a lot of statesmanship, which in truth is whack in its ability for transformation. You know, but you do find that a lot. But there's in an effort to recreate, an effort to make connections between cultures with Africa and the rest of the world, the work of our elders, the work of our ancestors is legit. This is why you have modern day African cultural traditions accepting Kemetic traditions in different various communities, because there is legitimacy there. You understand? You come to DC, and when you have the African Spiritual Coalition, you know, the Kemetic tradition is there. You understand? Because it is recognized and respected in amongst the African traditions that are here practiced in the city. And so if the critique is about Kemetic's purism, because it's not a purely Kemetic practice, okay. That's all that can be said to that, is okay. Because besides studying the greatness of Kemet, it's about being able to impact and transform the lives of the practitioners for the betterment of the whole. And transformation is more than just discussion. Transformation is more than just reading about the greatness of people. It's instilling the principles of greatness within yourself, so that you can take that greatness into the world. So that's the flaw of Aztec culture. You know, there is no way to get greatness from just learning about the greatness of others. You understand? There has a limited ability to influence and impact. I'm not saying it cannot. It has a limited ability to influence and impact. So these hardcore critiques are interesting, you know, but weightless. You understand? You want to build your Kemetic tradition, build it. But don't build it by trying to tear something else down.